Hi guys, I'm Chantelle with 141 Design Company and welcome to my channel. In today's Shop Talk updates, we're going to talk about the hand-painted board drop, which is going to happen on Friday, November 29th, some Christmas Santa stitching, and a little bit of punch needle. So thanks for joining me and let's dive right in. The Everything Board collection is available in 4 sizes. This collection was introduced during March of 2024 at Market. I've got the sizes listed on the back of the flyer with approximate finishing space added as well. The small finishing space is going to be about 6 by 6. The medium is going to hold around 8 by 8. The large size will go up to 10 by 10. And this extra large, you could probably do a 12 by 12, maybe 11 by 11, depending on what you might want to put on the back. They're all cut from our maple wood products, so they're great for staining or painting. And I love the size options with this because it gives everybody a chance to maybe stitch the same thing, all on different stitch counts. You're always going to find a board to fit. With the release of Teresa Kogut's new book, Hello Santa, I was inspired to paint some boards and offer them in our shop pre-painted on Friday, November 29th at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. There is a limited supply of each color, so if that's something that you're interested, be sure to head over there at 1. But I painted them because last year, the chart Dear Santa, which is also a part of the book, was introduced in Teresa's Patreon. I started it last year and went ahead and finished it up in the last week or so. I stitched this on 36 count cappuccino, and I painted these boards using the DIY paint colors Eden and Marquee. I went ahead and used the same style or techniques that I usually do with layered linen, but I also was inspired because Teresa finished hers using black as the base and then painting the color over the top. So I used a similar method and painted both of these up that way. On Friday, the colors will be available in green and in red. The green color is Eden from DIY Paint and the red is Marquee. The black color was Black Velvet as the base. I'm going to finish this one probably on the red, but I also want to grab some of her fabric to mat it, mount it on. Let me bring it in closer to you. I do see that I need to put the back stitching here on the spool, but I was really happy with how this turned out. I had a lot of fun stitching it as well. I've been gathering my bags that have been made with the Teresa Kogut Christmas lines of fabric. That one was by Denise of Goose. This bag is from Debbie Stitching. She has an Instagram account and she creates these beautiful pieces where she posts them there. And I was lucky enough to grab this set. So I'm putting all of my Santas in this one. I'm not sure, there's 2 lines. There's Up on the Housetop and Kringle. I think this might be a combination of both of those lines. That one I think I'm going to use for the book. And this I'll put another Santa one in. I have Home for Christmas in it now, but go over and check Denise's page because she has a lot available right now, and those are very readily available to you to get now. Home for Christmas is the chart I have inside of Denise's bag. And I started this last year during Jingle Ball. It's a 2023 Jingle Ball exclusive. However, it just was released, so I'll have that here in the shop soon. This is the start I have on Home for Christmas. I am stitching this on 36 count Vintage Country Mocha. Started at the bottom, obviously, and got quite a bit done, but I just picked it back up so that I could work on it some more because I'd like to get it finished this year. Bring it in closer. I've got some back stitching to do here and here on the bottom. And then the next places I'm going to go is there's a reindeer that is stitched. It's above the log cabin right here. Then there's a wreath here and a heart and another tree. I'm going to get those stitched in. Then I think I want to spray the entire thing with the Instant Antique Spray from Primitive Gatherings just to prim this bottom section up before I stitch Santa. My thinking is I'd like to tone down the white on the snowman and blend that in a little more, make it a little more prim. But I don't want all of that antiquing on Santa. I'd like him to be a little crisper and the background to be more prim. I'm not sure that I'm going to do that, but I was inspired because last year, or no, not last year, I guess it's a couple years ago now, I fully finished a religious Christmas trio from Primrose Cottage, and I sprayed the Ada with the Instant Antiquing Spray. I kind of like the way that turned out. It just really grunged it all up. This is showing you the full thing. This is finished on a board that we call the board by the inch. This has not been in our shop for a minute, but I will be adding this back into the shop. Board by the inch is a very nice thick pine board. So it's thicker than our laser cut wood because this is not laser cut. We cut this in our shop, and then the grooves are routed right in for you. These are always 9 inches wide, and that's why we call it board by the inch, because you can order it in any length that you want. You can use it horizontally or you can use it vertically. This is a great board for the rules because you can order it exactly in the length you want. So you can see this one is a little bit longer than the other piece I have right there. It's also a great piece for staining and for combining different ones onto one piece. I think I might use this board to fully finish Home for Christmas. I'm not sure if it might be a little too wide. So I will get it finished and then mat it and see where I'm at with it. But it might be wider than what I normally like, but we'll find out. Sleigh Ride. This is a brand new piece in our shop. I had so much fun cutting this one, painting it, staining it, putting it all together, and then staging it as well. The kit comes with multiple pieces. So you've got your 2 side pieces of your sleigh, then some overlay pieces on each side. You've also got, obviously, the parts for the seat and some extra rails for the bottom. These add stability to your sleigh pieces at the bottom, I guess they are. This is all cut from the maple wood again, the 1/4 inch thick maple, great for staining. I stained the seat of mine and then painted the other parts. So I did a combination on mine of paint and stain. The colors I used were the marquee, black velvet, and I used Jacobean for the stain. The directions do come included in this with some more instruction and then all the instructions on the inside for building it and putting it together. Let me show you one already built so you get a better idea of what it looks like. This is that overlay piece, and I love that that covers up where the pieces fit together so that you don't see any of that. It makes it look, I think, just really, really awesome. And then the bottom, this is where you're going to put that extra piece. That's going to give you a little more stability so that these don't break, which I thought was kind of important. So I had Brian add that. And then you've got a lot of space inside. I think these would be fantastic, especially I'm going to have my grandkids paint them up and then fill them full of goodies for their teacher presents this year. I think it'll be a fun project to do with each one of them. Let me show you this one. This is the one that I did fully finish, and I've staged it here with Cup of Cheer by Brenda Gervais. And you can see I used the color marquee for the red on the inside and the color black velvet on the rails. There's marquee, and then this stain is Jacobean by Minwax. So I stained the seat as well. I know you can't see it. I'm trying to maybe not dump this all out. And then these cute little candy canes came from Jessica last year in the little Advent present that she sent. I'm going to link below some details about how to put one of those together because she did an entire video on that, and I want you to go over and watch her video. But that was a fun gift that I got last year, and I used them in my sleigh display this year. So that's Sleigh Ride. It's available now. We are shipping regularly, so you can get this in time for holiday gifting. Moving right along with our Santa-themed video, We have in stock the Heart and Hand We Santa collection, 2018. We are missing 2019. It looks like I'll get that on order. 2020, 21, 22, 23, and 24. I had a few of these stitched up that actually I had model stitchers stitch them, and I hadn't fully finished them yet. So I pulled them out this year. These two I still have to do, but I just love them. They're so cute, and the colors were perfect with some of the new DIY paint colors that just came in. So I grabbed the other two. Those I'm going to continue to do, and let's take a look at how I finished a couple of the other years. This one was the first one I went after. This is on our new display called Winter Cabin, and it is 2019. So this is what the 2019 Wee Santa looks like. I will restock that soon. And I fully finished him on the medium size Winter Cabin. Now the Winter Cabin comes with the snow on the roof, the extra little spot for the chimney. It does come with a snowflake and a base, and it comes in two sizes. You've got a small one, which I think would be great for rounds, or just a nice little small. And then you've got a really cool oval base on this. I painted this one using White Swan is the white color, and then I used the new color Walk on Water from the DIY paint collection. I blended White Swan with Walk on Water though to create this turquoisey look, teal look. Let me bring you in closer, and it's also done with the layered linen technique, which then I found the fabric that I had in my stash from Robin Pickens. She has a whole collection called Thatched, which looks almost like my layered linen technique. So I think I'm going to be using a lot more of her thatched fabric. You can find it at Fat Quarter Shop from Robin Pickens. It's called Thatched, for doing matting on pieces. I love how that tone on tone look just blended right in. The other Wee Santa that I fully finished is from 2018. Isn't he so cute? He's so whimsy. I love him. And he worked perfect too with the new colors of the DIY paint. So this is on what's called Winter Wonderland is the piece. It has that oval base shape again. I stained the base, and then I painted the square finishing space with Flirtatious from the DIY paint line. Right here, it kind of matched to the pink in his pants. And I used a combination of Electrified and Eden, which is another new color. So all of these colors are available now. I blended those to paint the trees, which are the background of Winter Wonderland. The base piece has spots for each one of those trees. So you can see them right here. You're going to paint your trees separately and then put them in, and they layer behind each other. You also get a couple snowflakes, and as you can see, I used Jacobian, whereas on this one I painted it white. I think I would have liked white better though, to be honest with you guys, but it's done now and we're not changing it. But this is what it looks like unfinished. It's out of the maple wood again, all four trees, the snowflakes come with it, and then a double base. So this is a very heavy, sturdy piece. It's going to last you for years, and you'll be able to do something really cute with it. Now, also to add to the collection with the Winter Wonderland, we added Tree Lot. And these are just 3 basic trees. You're not going to put stitching on them. They're just some trees that you can paint however you'd like. I used Eden, and then I just brushed. Actually, I used my finger, I think, to just add that white, so it was a little snow-kissed. And it does have 2 ovals at the bottom so that they will freestand. I'm going to make a bunch of these because I just want to like tuck them all over the place on tier trays. And whoops, I did not paint it in Walk on Water. No. I painted it using Eden. So this is the color Eden and White Swan. I know I keep using White Swan a lot. So that's Tree Lot. As you know, I've been having a great time with punch needle lately, and I needed a project for a DIY video that I was doing. So I worked with Shelby, she's one of my twins, to make patterns for our bauble bundle set that we could punch to put on the top. And we decided to go ahead and put it out as a kit so that you could get them too if you'd like to use that. Let me show you what's inside this kit, because you're going to get everything but the floss, because those are colors that you can choose on your own, and I'll show you how I went about doing that. So inside the kit is the 3 bauble bundle set. That is available separately too if you want to use it for something else. You're also going to get the weaver's cloth. You get 3 pieces of that, and then instructions on how to finish it. Now, this is a guide on how to use the Smart Punch tool. We do have those tools available, so follow that guide for using your tool. But inside this, you'll find instructions for finishing it and the patterns for the ornaments that you're going to put on your weaver's cloth. The colors that I used were inspired by the paint colors, and that was part of the video challenge. I'll link that below so you can go and watch that. But I used one of the new colors, Flirtatious, for the pink one. And then the teal one is Eden, the green one is Electrified. But I picked the paint and the floss to match. So what I did was I took the pink color, went over and matched a DMC color to it, and then punched them all with 6 strands. The DMC colors I used are listed on the back here, but again, you can do these in any colors that you want. Just match up whatever paint you have to DMC floss and then follow the pattern and punch along. Now let's talk about the kickstand. This is a functional piece that we've just added into the shop, and I've handed out a few of these at retreats and things, but we're just now getting them in because I've finalized all 3 sizes to what we have. So we wanted to add this tiny little kickstand, and that's now available because that will create a stand for ornaments even. This is our tag ornament shape. You can see that's going to be perfect now to maybe stand on a shelf or on a tier tray if you don't want to put it on your tree. Now the medium size is going to be a great one for some of these medium size boards that we have. This is the Shelby cutting board, and that just makes that a great standing piece now. So I don't have to worry about putting it in an easel, and the lean on it is just so perfect for putting out with your displays and fully finishing. There's another size that is the larger size, and I've got that on our medium everything board. This size I would only use for the bigger boards. It's just going to give you a little more stability, or something really wide and you want it to stand up. They are working perfectly and can be added to any boards. You might even be able to add these to just boards or things you picked up at Hobby Lobby or something. They're very easy to put together. I'll show you how to do that in another video. I just wanted to give you a heads up that these are now available. So if you want to pick up a set, we've got them available in packs of 3 in all 3 sizes. The basket ornament is a classic from 2022, but we are pleased this month to work with Priscilla of Stitching with a Housewife for the finishing on 4 of her Christmas roundabouts. The basket ornament comes in 2 pieces, so you'll paint these or stain them and then put them together. You'll find all 4 of these patterns in Priscilla's Etsy shop, Stitching Housewives. I've got a few finished and some paint inspiration I can share. This one is just red with a heavy grunge finish and then distressed along the edges to really tone that red down. And I've got one in green. This is the extra that came with the Calendar Crates December from Stitching with the Housewife. Has been fully finished on this with the small Chelsea's checks as the background. You may already have that in your stash. Otherwise, you can get the Calendar Crates on Stitching with the Housewives Etsy shop. This one's from August, done in black. We've got another black one that I have these out for the fall. This one's from the September Calendar Crates. And the third one is Thankful and Blessed. This is from November's Calendar Crates. I do display all 3 of these together. It's fun having the smalls put together. They're on 14 count Aida. And I've got a magnet on the back, so I put these on a metal board here in the shop. Let's wrap this video up with some previous finishes. This one, Hello Santa from Primrose Cottage Stitches, is fully finished on a piece of barnwood that I had years ago, and I used that famous Joanne Fabrics, Joanne Fabrics fabric with that plaid was awesome. Some denim, and I put this together with that scrappy background. Let me bring you in a little closer so you can see that. You can see I used 2 pieces of mount board, so press on board behind this, and then put them together, but I matted each one of them with a different fabric and then wrapped the ribbon around them to kind of seal the seam. The entire background then is done on denim, and then I added the bow up there in the corner with some greens and just put it on the barnwood. The second one that I have to share is also finished on barnwood. This is a whitewash barnwood, and it is Country Santa by Teresa Kogut. This one, I remember doing this. I was transitioning from Aida to stitching on linen, and I was stitching on Lugana. I did this whole thing on Lugana. I really like it. It came from X2 Fabrics. I remember that. And I did change up the color of his coat a little bit. This is done in Hollyberry from Classic Colorworks, so it's a little pinker. I like him. Maybe I would do him a little darker now if I was doing that, but I like the way he turned out. The fabric was a little pink as well, but I'll zoom in here so you can see a little closer. It was, yeah, one of my first, leaving Aida is what I used him for. It worked out well. I had a good time stitching him. The last piece I want to share I did not stitch. This was done by a model stitcher, and it's Santa Baby. You can find this at Fat Quarter Shop. It is a previous Stitch Quarterly piece. I know it's available as a PDF and as a paper chart. I finished it using some Lori Holt rickrack, and it's put on Priscilla's Pretty Plaids in red. And I've got it on a basket that we do have this tobacco basket here, or faux basket, tobacco basket, I guess, here in our shop. It is not something we've made. This was something I ordered in, and they are painted in white, and we have some brown ones as well. The overall size inside here, it's about 8 by 8. Let me zoom in and I'll show you the finishing corners and just give you some more detail. He's done on Aida. He's done on 14 count Aida. And that's, showing that rickrack and Priscilla's Pretty Plaids. I do have this mounted on press-on board. And then just inside this basket. He is just so stinking cute. And I know that there is a reindeer and a Mrs. Claus as well that kind of go with this vibe, this vintage Christmas feel. But thank you so much for joining me in this video, and we'll keep going with shop talks in the future more in a pre-recorded style. I'm going to keep stitching Santa as I go through December. I've got Priscilla's 4 to stitch, and then a lot of Teresa's are on my list to do as well. Thanks for joining me today. I hope you're having a great holiday weekend. As a special thank you to you for shopping with 141 throughout the year, please experience free shipping from Saturday, November 30th through Monday, December 1st on all your purchases from Chantelle's 141.